Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about prepping your home for a foster care placement. Whether you are just about to get started with foster care or maybe you're like us and you've taken a break for a while and you're about to go back active, this video is for you. So if you're new to the foster care world and you don't know, when you first decide to become a foster parent, there are a lot of things that you have to do to get your home ready and just to get ready in general. So there's different trainings you have to do, such as the PRIDE training, trauma-informed care, CPR and first aid, different things like that. And you have to keep up with all of these trainings every year. But to actually prep your home, you have to do a home study, you have to do a fire inspection, you have to do a health inspection. And the health and fire inspection are something you have to do every year. And I let mine lapse. I was supposed to do it this summer and time just got away and we didn't get it done. But I also have been inactive, meaning I have not had a placement in my home in just about a year. We did have a placement last summer and we really needed a break after that placement, and I was gonna go back active, and then I went back to school and realized how much time that was taking me. So between me going back to school and working full-time and parenting my 3-year-old, it just wasn't the right time. And I feel like we're getting closer to being ready to take in another placement, or if nothing else, do respite. And so I needed to make sure that my home was taken care of. So the first thing I did was head over to our health department and drop off a check, because you have to pay, I think it's like $50 to have someone come out and do your home inspection. So somebody is on their way today to do the home inspection, and there's so many different things that you just have to make sure is done, and I will talk to y'all about that after they leave. And something else you have to do is your fire inspection. So you call your local fire department, and most likely it's the chief or somebody like that that'll get in touch with you, and they come out and do an inspection of your home, make sure you have a fire safety plan, like the evacuation plan, make sure your smoke detectors and everything are up to code, and they actually check your fire extinguisher. So one of the things I had to do with my fire extinguisher is take it every year to get it inspected. So I actually got a call the other day about an emergency placement for a 4- and a 5-year-old, and I was like, my home, like I haven't gotten my inspections done, so I'm really out of compliance. And I was like, dang, I can't take any kiddos. The flip side to that is I also don't have a second room ready for a child. Like I have a crib in my room for a baby, and I have a bed in Cole's room, but there's only one now because I transformed his room. So really I can only take babies 2 and under, or I have to change my 3rd guest room because the bed is way too tall for a little kiddo to sleep on. Now Cole does not sleep in his room, so technically a child can have his room. But last year when I gave that room to our other little, his toys were in there and he just kind of like kept wanting to barge in there with her, and I felt so terrible. So I would have to put a second bed in there to make it like a room for boys, meaning I couldn't take a girl. It's just a whole thing. So yeah, one of the things that we have to do is get our inspections done. So I'm taking the fire extinguisher today to get checked. I'm gonna drop off a check with the health department so that we can be in compliance with our health inspection. And yeah, that should cover it for today. I also have to call the fire department and see when they can come out and do the inspection, but I have to have the fire extinguisher fixed. All right, so if you don't know, you are required to have a fire extinguisher, and you also have to have a tag and date it and get it inspected every year. There are some places where the people will do it for us for free if they know you're a foster family, and they're really good about making sure you have everything you need. So yeah, let's head out and get this taken care of.
I had a dream last night.
I did take mine in, and they do it for free where I'm at. If you are a foster family, they do it for free. So I don't know how much it costs, but I'm sure it's not that much. You just take whatever fire extinguisher you bought, and they're going to test it and then tag it with the new date, and you are good to go. So I have done that. I am waiting for the fire inspection and the health inspection, and health inspection is on their way today. So I came home a little early just to make sure everything was cleaned up. I just don't like to present my house in the messiest of ways, But specific things they look for, I cannot even remember. I know that you have to have hot and cold running water, towels for kids. They check the beds. You have to have mattress covers over the beds where they zip up and cover, mattress protectors, I guess you call them. I call them bed bug covers. And that's about it. That's the things that they check. But since it's been a while, when she comes, I'm going to ask her and make a list and come back and tell you all as soon as she arrives. All right, guys, so it is much later as far as like the weeks have gone by, and it took me a little while to come back and wrap this up, but for you, it was like a second. But I did take notes, so we have our fire inspection done, our home inspection done, like our house is ready, our certificates are up to date, and now we just have to accept placements. So I did take a few notes on some of the things that the health inspector looked for. So with the fire inspection, of course, they just check your fire extinguisher, which I had to go and get checked out. And they did say I need a new one because I've had that fire extinguisher for 5 years now. I think 5 or 6 years you have to get a new one. So there is. And then with the health inspection, some of the things they're supposed to check is like water. Make sure you have running water that is hot and cold. Make sure you have like a bathroom stocked with the things that a child would need. Like some of the things she specifically checked that I don't remember them doing the years before, like it just was random, like she walked in. Now, I will say the person that like does like the surprise visits, they select so many families every once in a while, and they come and do like a surprise visit to make sure you're in compliance, and then they'll write a report to CPS and be like, this is all the problems you have with your foster families. It's a lot. Anyways, I got selected like my 3rd year fostering. And that lady did some of these things, but the actual health inspection every year has never done these things. So this lady, she checked my fridge. Like she just went and opened up my fridge and I was like, oh, okay. I will say if you have medicine in the fridge, it has to be locked up. The medicine in your cabinet also has to be locked up. So she did check that, and I have these little latches on all of my cabinets. I feel like I've showed them before. And so that's where like my medicine and my cleaning products are, but every cabinet in my house has a lock just because I had a toddler. So even in the bathrooms, there's a lock. So you can't get into the cabinets if you don't know how to like push the little button down. And even at 3, he still hasn't figured it out, or I guess doesn't care to figure it out because he never opens them. She did check the medicine, like where the medicine was. She checked to see if I had any glass doors, because if you have a glass door, you have to put a sticker the height of like a child could see to make sure they don't run through the door. When I was at my mom's house fostering, we did have a glass door, and so I had to put a sticker. They checked the room where the child will be sleeping. I actually only showed them my room, even though both rooms could be used. I only showed them my room because I don't plan on taking any older children. If it came down to it, I would, but I don't technically have an extra room because there's only 1 bed in my son's room. If I put 2 beds, then we're good. The outlets, I had a few outlets that were not covered, and it was just because I had been using them when I was cleaning and I didn't put them back. And yeah, that's everything she checked. So those are the kind of things you can expect when health inspection, fire inspection comes, and have your home ready. So now our home is ready. We're ready to open our doors. I've actually gotten a few calls, and I wanted to just say, like, when you are ready, this is probably a topic for another video, but when you are ready to open your home, you really, really, really need to like consider what it is that you can and cannot do as far as what you can take, what behaviors, the age range, like be very specific, because I've gotten a lot of calls, and I have a new FAD worker, and she'll be like, I have a sibling set of 3. And I'm like, where are they going to go? Like, no. And I kind of explained to her, like, I'm a single parent. You know, I work in a whole other city. Like, these are all of the things. So yes, I can take on a kid. I can't take on 2 kids. I can't take on 3 kids. She actually asked if I would take a 2 and a 3-year-old. And I was like, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then my 3-year-old. There's no, like, absolutely not. There's no way. Like, I would be in the corner crying somewhere in the fetal position. So that's a topic for another day. I actually really do want to talk about that. Like, the do's and don'ts almost of accepting placements, or like how to have like boundaries or limits. I don't even know what I would call it, but comment down below if that's something you would love to hear me talk about, because I could talk about foster care all day long, and I want to put out more foster care content because I am open. I am getting phone calls, but I have this 4 years of just experiences that I would love to share with you all. So yeah, if you have any more questions about how to prep your home, things you could do to get ready, comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know what other topics you would like me to discuss in the future. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.